Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku daily analysis for gold for Wednesday, October the 27th, 2010. Well, a fairly large red body candle today, and that tells us that the sellers made some decent net bearish progress on the day between the open and the close. The trend is still down. On the previous day's candle we had the trend changing to the downside with the market making a lower high and a lower low. Today we have a borderline outside day where we have pretty much equal highs. So the previous trend to the downside remains in force. In Ichimoku charts terms, we are trading up above the cloud, so we do have an overall positive bias to this market. We can see here that the market isn't looking as overextended, obviously, because the market's retracing a lot of this major first and second time frame uptrend that we've been in. And the market's trading much closer to the cloud, which tells us that the market's seeking to find some sort of equilibrium as represented by the cloud in the longer term time frame. We are, however, trading down below the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen, and that denotes the market having a bearish bias in the medium term and fast term time frames. We've only just closed down below there. The market was oscillating above and below the Kijun-sen, which represents a medium-term time frame over the last few days. Now, very important support level at 1320. The market's tested that area previously as a minor area of resistance, broke out to the upside quite decently, but the previous swing low tested around that area and the market rallied. Once again, yesterday we've tested that area. We can see the small shadow on the bottom and the buyers came in. Not a lot of bullishness, however, when they tested it. The sellers did lose a small amount of commitment, but by closing down below the midpoint level, the sellers have actually closed the market in control, so that could be significant for a continuation of the trend to the downside. Now, just looking at the pattern here, there is a possibility that we will have a head and shoulders pattern. And if we look here, we have the prior trend. Very important that we have a prior trend in all of our charting patterns. Here, this looks like the market formed a left shoulder. Here we have the head, and here we may have a right shoulder that's forming at the moment. If we draw a neckline here between the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, that neckline may pass through there. So if we have a breakout through roughly about 1310 or so to the downside with a fairly bearish breakout and a close down below there, then there is a possibility that the market will trend significantly lower. Now that would be confirmation of that head and shoulders pattern. So at the moment it's not complete. We don't want to preempt what the market may do, but it could be quite important for this market. In terms of the next day's trading, well, obviously the 1320 area is very, very important for this market. We can see here, as we've said previously, it's held a support. So if we do take out that low and we do test the 1310 region, then there is possibility of completion of that pattern. Now to the upside, then we do have the candles here that were trading with shadows on the top, and the market was testing resistance around 1350 down to around 1340. And we can see that the sellers came in each time the market was trading up around those areas. So that's a very big level for this market to the upside. Certainly the market may find resistance at 1351. If we do trade up there, that's the Tenkan-sen. And there is resistance up above there around 1360. We can see this downside price rejection and up to the highs around 1388, 1389. To the downside, if we do sell off from here, we don't have a lot of support down below until we trade down to around 1280. Obviously 1300 if we do trade there, a round number. There was only one candle which found some decent support around there, but it still could be significant because it's a round number. And certainly down here to this 1280 region, we have this candle where there was strong buying coming in. Down below there we also have the cloud, so down around 1260, that's important. So for the next day's trading, important to watch the market as it trades up above 1340 and tests 1350 if we do trade to the upside. To the downside, the area around 1320 is very important, and then certainly at 1310.